Welcome to Math Swift. This is part 2 of the video on percentages. Here we will look at a few questions based on income, expenditure and savings and see how these can be solved in ways that would be short and time saving. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, I would suggest you watch that video first. I have linked that in the description box. The first question says that Roman used to spend 80% of his income. So we can assume his income to be 5 units since 80% is 4 on 5. So we can say that he used to spend 4 units and save 1 unit. His income increases by 53%. Had his expenditure also increased by 53%, the savings would have increased by 53% as well. But the question says that his expenditure increased by 65%. That is 12 extra percent, and that 12 extra percent that goes into each of 4 units of expenditure is adjusted from 1 unit of savings. So the savings could increase by 48% less, that is only 5%. Now there is yet another method to solve such questions, which is based on the fact that the extra income, that is 53% of what it was before, as in this case, would go into either expenditure and or savings, as long as he is not philanthropist kind of a person and gives that extra income to charity. So his extra income, that is 53% of 5 units, would be equal to the sum of increase in expenditure, that is 65% of 4 units, and some X% change in savings. The calculation is pretty simple. And X comes out to be 5 with a positive sign, which means 5% increase in savings. Now let's do the same problem by the weighted average method, which I recommend for solving such problems. The information given in the question can be written in a similar manner. We draw a similar type of diagram like we did in the previous video. E represents expenditure and S savings. We write the ratio in which the expenditure and savings were the previous year on the top of each and the percentage by which expenditure changed below it. The percentage change in income is written in between those of expenditure and savings. The difference between percentage changes of expenditure and income is written below savings. Like so. Now the numbers that we get here are in the ratio in which the quantities here are. Like we know here that expenditure and savings are in the ratio 4:1 as per the information given in the question. So the numbers that we get here would also be in the same ratio. So if 1 corresponds to 12, 4 would correspond to 48. Since subtraction here is carried out either in the clockwise or anti-clockwise sense, basis the numbers that we get here are positive. I mean, they have to be positive as they represent the ratio in which the quantities are. So the number that we get here would be such that which when subtracted from 53, you get 48. That is 5 with a positive sign. So savings increase by 5%. Coming to the second question, It says Becky saves 5% of her income. Now 5% is 1 on 20, so she saves 1 unit out of every 20 units that she earns. So her income can be taken as 20 units. She saves 1 unit and spends the rest. Next year, her income increases by 15%, but savings remain the same. Had she managed to save 15% more the next year, we could say that her expenditure would have increased by 15% as well. But so did not happen, and her savings remained the same. So that extra 15% that could go into that 1 unit of saving now gets divided between the 19 units of expenditure, and her net expenditure increases by 15 upon 19% more. Let's try solving this problem by the method that we saw while solving the previous question. If she is earning 15% extra the next year and isn't saving any extra money, so her entire extra income goes into the extra expenditure that she makes with that increased income. I hope it makes sense. Since her income increases by 15%, 15% of 20 is her extra income, and none of that extra income goes into savings. So this can be written mathematically as 15% of 20 would be equal to X%, that is the increase in her expenditure of 19 units, because 19 units is what she is spending out of 20 units that she is earning. On solving, X comes out to be 15 upon 19. The same question can be solved by the weighted average method as well. First, we translate the information given in the question like we did in the previous method. By now, I assume you know how to go about representing the information given in the problem in the form of a diagram like so. The difference between the percentage change in savings and that in income is 15. If 19 corresponds to 15, that is 15 upon 19 times 1 would correspond to 15 upon 19, that is 1 into 15 upon 19. Now the percentage change in expenditure would be such that when 15 is subtracted from it, you get 15 upon 19, and that has to be 15 upon 19. Moving on to the third question. Here we have been given that Tom's income increases by 23%, his expenditure increases by 15%, and his savings increase by 30%. But we know nothing about the ratio of his expenditure and savings. Let's assume it to be X is to Y, where I, E and S represent income, expenditure and savings respectively. Now his increased income, that is 23% of X plus Y, would be equal to his extra expenditure, that is 15% of X, plus his extra savings, that is 30% of Y. Rearranging the terms, we get the ratio of X is to Y as 7 is to 8. If we were to solve this by the weighted average method, the difference between the percentage change in savings and that in income comes out to be 7 units, and the difference in the percentage change in expenditure and that in income comes out to be 8 units. So the ratio of expenditure and savings comes out to be 7 is to 8. Hence, as per the ratio, the income would be 7 plus 8, that is 15 units. The question asks his expenditure is what fraction of his income. That is, we need to find the value of x upon x plus y, and it comes out to be 7 upon 15. So that is it for this video. If you have any queries and or suggestions, please leave them down below in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you do give it a like, subscribe and share, as it will immensely help the channel grow. See you in the next one. Till then, bye bye, take care.